Hello, welcome to a video. So, I don't know why I continue to make these videos. You see, the energy that I give off when making these videos is, all I talk about is what I fear rather than I don't talk about what I love. I don't know. Just wanted to make a video because procrastinating again, as usual, it's a big part of my life, procrastination. But, I want to talk about addictions because, addictions. I'm going to try and quit a lot of addictions. I think in the next year, 2021, I'm going to try and kick a lot of addictions. But I don't know yet how, I don't know to what extent. Because addictions really a time waster. They don't serve a purpose. They slow things down. They just slow it down. So basically, my biggest addictions is weed. Smoking weed is probably the main one. One that's probably even bigger is wanking and porn. That's probably a big addiction, and it's the easiest one. When you smoke, you gotta get the weed, you gotta grind it, you gotta roll it, you gotta smoke it. With porn, you just fucking, it's right there, and you got your dick that's right there, and it's the biggest dopamine rush. It's a real fucking big one. And fuck man, I started wanking when I was 13, so it's been like 7 years. Probably my biggest addiction. And so I am going to try to quit porn and wanking. That's gonna be my New Year's resolution. I'm gonna attempt to quit in the next few months. Well, not attempt to quit, but do it a lot less and sort of get prepared for the next year. It's gonna be fucking a whole year without any of this. I'm gonna get lustful thoughts. I'm gonna get cravings, and so the remainder of this year, I want to just sort of prepare and see what I can do when those cravings come on. See how I can go about it. I don't know. So I'm just gonna fucking get rid of all that shit for next year. And also, because they say that sexual energy is sort of the same thing as creative energy, and I've not been in touch with my creative intuition for ages now, and I fucking need that back because I'm not doing anything with my life, and I need to fucking create. I am a good creator. I make good films. I want to get back into filming. Part of the reason I have trouble with doing films is because I've got a lot of social anxiety, and so you need people. You don't necessarily need people to make a film, but it fucking helps. You need a cameraman, you need actors, you know? And so, you know, there's no one... It's fucking hard for me to reach out and be like, hey, you want to come and make a film with me, you know? And what I'm saying is addictions are not helping that in any way. It's just perpetuating the problem, you know? And addictions aren't the problem. Addictions are a symptom of a bigger problem. You know, and so when you engage in these addictions, it's hard to have a clear mind about the actual problem. The addiction is not the problem, it's a symptom of a problem. And so when you're consuming weed or whatever, it's hard to face a problem because you're escaping it, you're numbing yourself from it with whatever substance you're using externally. And so when you get rid of these addictions, you're left with a lot of fucking time, a lot of empty space in your life, and you're like, oh, what am I doing then? And you either replace it with another addiction, like you may kick one addiction and then just start up another one, and that's okay if the addiction is positive. Like you may switch smoking weed to running, that's good, but it's still sort of, you're not allowing yourself to just be in the emptiness. And you know, people have trouble sitting by themselves for an hour and doing nothing, just sitting and doing nothing, not changing your sitting position. You know, you don't have to close your eyes, you don't have to meditate, but just sitting with yourself and doing nothing for an hour. People can't do that. I can't do that, you know? It's difficult. And so most people don't like this, and so they fill up their time with addictions, eating heaps, watching lots of movies, smoking a lot of weed, wanking heaps, you know, it's all, they're all doing it to distract themselves from the emptiness within them, within all of us. There's a weird tone I'm using in the video. I feel a lot of anxiety in my chest. It's hard to speak, you know what I mean? But yeah, it is, the problems we face in the world come down to our inability to sit with ourselves alone in emptiness. We've got to gain a good relationship with emptiness in order to do anything else. I don't know what I'm saying, but so next year I want to fucking kick all the fucking wanking and porn. I also want to stop smoking weed. I don't know yet if I'm gonna stop completely or I'm only gonna smoke up if someone offers me some, or if I'll smoke like once every 2 months, you know. And this is the fucking tricky thing, is that I've just got that craving. It's like, I need weed in my life, you know, because it is really an insightful drug. You have it and it's like, you get loads of insights and a lot of clarity, you know. It's what psychedelics do for you. But yeah, definitely if you're using it like a lot of people do, like daily or even once a week. Once a week is still too much. You don't need it that much. Once a month would probably be max, you know. I don't know. So, yeah. And alcohol. I've not had alcohol this year because I made that part of my last resolution to quit alcohol for this year, which is going good, you know. Had some cravings in like the first 2-3 months, but like not really anymore. So that was, you know, pretty easy. But I don't know if I'm gonna start drinking next year as well. You know, I don't know. I might do the same thing where I just drink if someone offers it to me, you know. I think that's probably the best way, you know. Just don't go out and get your own weed or get your own alcohol. But if the time comes where you're with people and they've got some and they're offering, it's like, go for it. It's like a fucking sign from the universe. Like, why the fuck not? Let's see what happens. But yeah, I don't know. Another addiction is fucking the internet, mainly YouTube and social media. I'm pretty much done with social media. I'm hardly ever go on Facebook and Instagram, but YouTube is a big one. Just sit there for hours watching YouTube videos, and the bad thing is that I'm into all this like self-improvement and spiritual growth sort of shit, so those are the sorts of videos that I watch. But then it's like, what am I doing just learning all this shit and then going, oh, that's so true, I should do that in life? And it's like, next video, oh, that's so true, I should do that in life. But I never do it. I just watch it and go, that's true, but I never do the thing that I go, yeah, I should be doing that. I'm not integrating what I've learned, and so it becomes an addiction. I don't need that much, those videos. And so, fuck man, I don't think I can quit YouTube next year anyway. YouTube is, I mean, I need YouTube to get creative ideas, you know, to get inspiration. And also I need the internet for my creative work, for music and film, and also just to learn shit. If I want to know something, I want to search that up, but I don't want to get to the point where I just get addicted to it, you know what I mean? So I might like limit, I don't know, like limit a certain amount of hours a day or some shit, or maybe like only on the weekends, for YouTube and social media mainly, because I don't really get addicted to the internet. I don't like research and shit. Like, it's mainly just YouTube that I go on the internet for. But yeah, also I need to like promote my art, my music and film, and I need social media to do that. So I'm not like getting rid of it all, you know. If I, you know, this is the only reason why I need social media, is to promote my art. Other than that, and to, you know, speak to friends. Other than that, no, do not need it. I don't need fucking scrolling down feed, looking at pointless fucking shit that's not helping me in life whatsoever. You know, people do this, like, scroll down their phone and go, what's this, and just get triggered, like, more plastic in the ocean, and then scroll down and get triggered about something else. And this is the thing, there's so much to get triggered about. There's so much shit in the world that it's like, what can I do to help? And it becomes all too overwhelming. Like, if you're triggered about plastic in the ocean, then what are you going to do about that, you know? How are you going to structure your life in order to help that not happen, you know? What are you going to do about it? Rather than just get triggered and then, I don't know what I'm saying, but addictions are not the problem, but I need to scrape them away on the surface layer so then I get down to a deeper level of my problems so I can deal with them more, you know? I think we're all addicts to a certain degree, you know? Yeah, someone might be a fucking hardcore heroin addict, but you may still be binge eating or binge watching TV shows. It's the same sort of thing. It's not to a certain extent, you know, but it's the same thing. It's the inability to be with yourself alone. You know? Distract. That's what I'm doing now. Just distracting myself from what I actually need to do. Just clean my room a bit, and then I don't fucking know. This is the thing, like, when you go, fuck, I don't know what to do. And distract myself, gonna smoke a joint, or have a wank. But if I say, okay, I'm cutting out all this, then I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'll have a weed. I can't have weed. I'll have a wank. I can't have a wank. I'll get some wine. I can't have wine. I'll fucking go on YouTube. I can't watch YouTube. I'll watch a movie. No, I can't watch a movie. What can I do? You know what I mean? If you commit to not doing the things that you know that you do excessively, if you commit to not doing them, then you're left with yourself, with your emptiness, and you're forced to deal with how you feel, your emotions that arise. Ultimately, what I want to be doing in life is making films and music, but also, mainly, is connecting with people and sharing love, sharing my consciousness with other consciousnesses, you know? But this is the fucking hardest thing to do, right? For me, I've dealt with a lot of anxiety and social anxiety in my life. So to connect with people is a fucking hard thing for me to do. But there are times when I do feel love within myself. I do feel self-worth, and I feel adequate enough that I am able to connect with people easily. And this is really what I want to cultivate within myself, is self-love, self-acceptance. And it's not an ego love. It's acknowledging the essence within myself, which is in everyone and everything. Right? Fuck. It's I mean, look at it this way, like, we've all got judgments about other people, but what we all have in common is the place where we were before we were born, right? What were we doing before we were born? We're all in the same place, the place of nothingness, the place of emptiness, the void. We all have the void in common. That's where we all came from. And this is love. It's loving that void. It's going like, my belief doesn't match up to your belief. However, I acknowledge that you came from the void, the same place that I came from before I was born, which same place you came from, right? And so I don't know where I was going with this, but ultimately, I think when you can get to that perspective, then everything is just intuitive and everything comes natural. if you're in that place all the time where you're like, I acknowledge and recognize myself, my true essence within you, if you can keep that vibe going long enough, then you don't fall into addictions because you have no need to. You're in the present moment and you love it fully as it is. You don't need distractions. You are at peace with the emptiness, with the void. So cultivating this sort of perspective is the best thing anyone can do. I may not be making sense because I'm not really in this perspective at this point of time, but I do know it exists. Oneness and love, I know it exists because I've experienced glimpses of it. But that's not to say I'm there. I'm not there. Or rather, I'm not here. I'm not here, I'm there. I don't know, where the fuck am I? And so, what I intuitively find fun is films and music. Making films, making music, creating art. It's just art, you know? That's what I intuitively find meaningful, enjoyable, and fun. But I can't force it. I need to have the perspective first that everything is okay, everything's safe, I'm free to do anything. Because without that perspective, I feel like I can't do what I want to do. I feel like I'm forcing it. I don't know. I don't know. Basically, yeah, this is going to be interesting next year. Where I think I've committed. I think it's there. I think I'm getting ready to commit to NoFap next year for a whole year. Fuck man, I have. It's probably only been like a week that I've gone without having a wank. You know, that's the longest I've probably gone. 7 days. Can you imagine fucking 365 days? This is gonna be hard. Especially since it's like my longest addiction, fucking 7 years. It's gonna be a hard one. But alcohol seemed hard, and I just said, nah, I've got to fucking do it, right? It's the thing I need to drop. And so I dropped it, and I got cravings, but I haven't had any alcohol since, so hopefully it's gonna be the same with this. However, there's a lot more cravings, a lot more lustful, you know, just primal cravings that come. And especially when you're watching movies or ads on TV or just, you know, clickbait thumbnails with fucking women with the tits out and all that, and it's just like cravings, you know, it's hard. But I reckon I can do it. I reckon I can do it. Thing is with me is that I can do the things that are physically easy. Like I can drop things off, but it's hard for me to gain things. for instance, I can stop drinking alcohol. I just won't go to the fucking bottle shop and get it, you know? Or if someone offers it to me, I'll just say no. Easy as that, you know? And same with wanking. It's just like, I just fucking won't get my dick out. I just won't fucking go on the fucking website, you know? Easy as, you know? I just won't fucking roll up a joint. I just won't do it. Done. Committed. The things that I find hard to do is actively doing stuff, right? Where it's like, you know, going out and making friends, you know, like getting people involved in my filmmaking. Those are the things that I find hard, you know, because then I have to actively say, go on Facebook and write to someone like, do you want to be in my film? Do you want to help me do this? And then I have to, you know, work it all out, and then it's just, you know, in my mind there's so many obstacles in the way that I'm just like, fuck it, I can't do it. I guess what I'm saying is, when it involves other people, it's hard to do anything. When it's myself, it's fucking easy, you know? Or, I guess, like, actively doing things versus passively doing things, like making my bed in the morning. You have to do the work, right? What I'm saying is, it takes more energy to make the bed than to not make the bed. But with weed, it takes more energy to roll the joint and smoke it than to not. You know what I mean? This is what I'm getting at. So, like, physically more energy. I don't fucking know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I just wanted to fucking make a video, because I haven't done one in 3 weeks. 3 weeks, oh my goodness, it's so long. I don't know. Basically, I just want to get rid of my addictions, so I'm left to face with the deeper problems, you know. So, yeah, I don't know. Life is very strange. Suffering is inevitable. I don't know if it is, but it's like, whatever this existence is, it allows suffering to exist. There are a fucking infinite amount of perspectives. Ones that are really fucking dark, ones that are really fucking light. And they're real. You know, it's all real. Everything's real. You know, I mean, you can get to a plane of consciousness where it's like, oh, anxiety is not real. Anxiety is an illusion. Get past it and see that it's just an illusion. Your sense of self is illusory. It's not real. I can see it from that perspective. I can see my sense of self. Not now, but there have been times when I fully see my sense of self as an illusion, and that's real. But then I'm back in this ego, and this is real. You know? It's you know, whatever someone believes is true, because it's true to them, and so it's true. You know what I mean? If you believe something to be true, then it is true. I mean, sure, it's not the ultimate truth, but what is the ultimate truth? What is absolute truth? Absolute truth is just this existence. Absolute truth is just nothingness and everythingness at the same time. Absolute truth is God? Is the void where you were before you were born and where you go after you die? Is absolute truth? Is it? I don't fucking know, but I think so. And so everything else is only relatively true, only relatively real. But it's still all real. In whoever's perspective it holds, you know. Because I can say, I'm anxious, I'm an anxious person. Then also, I can fucking take psychedelics and get to a point where I'm just like, oh, I'm not anxious. Anxiety is an illusion. I'm not anxious. That's the ego saying that, and I'm not the ego or whatever. It's just what you feel is real. No one can take that away from you. If you say I'm depressed, then they're depressed. You can't just say you're not depressed. Depression is an illusion. To your perspective, yes, but to their perspective, no. So which is the truth? I'm going on a bit of a tangent here, so I'll say fucking bye. Quit your addictions. You know, if you think you can't, if you don't know what your addictions are, stop doing what you think might be an addiction for a week and see if you have cravings. If you have cravings, it's an addiction. You know? If I was to stop watching YouTube now, throughout the week, I'll have desires of, oh, I want to go on YouTube and watch YouTube videos. So that's a clear indication to me that I am addicted to YouTube. You know? So, anyway, thanks for watching me, because I'm the only one that watches these. Or maybe you are watching this, whoever you are. Goodbye.